I had a really weird conversation with my mom a couple days ago. My mom's Polish, so she has a very thick accent. She calls me up and she's like, Marvin, I found magazines in your house. Now, I've been moved out of my mom's house for a while, so I'm like, what kind of magazines? And she says, porno. I'm like, well, where did you find that? She tells me she found it in the basement, so I tell her that, you know, those aren't mine, those are my older brother's. She's like, I don't think you would buy something like that. So I tell her to go check the date, because if it's before the year 2000, I wasn't even 18 yet, I couldn't even bought it. She goes downstairs, she checks the date, and she's like, ugh, they are his. But what about the ones upstairs in the bathroom by your old room? I'm like, well, you know, those are mine. I'll be picking those up in about a week from now, I have a plan. It's going to be good. I recently stopped smoking pot. Woo. Oh, there are two reasons why I stopped smoking pot. One is I ran out. And the other one is I've been smoking it for so long, it's kind of made me a little stupid. Now, with being Polish, I don't really need any help in being stupid. Pretty much got it covered by being Polish. Most Polish people definitely aren't known for their smarts or their intelligence by any means. And the moment that came for me that made me say I need to quit this is 2 days ago. So I've been going about 48 hours without smoking. 2 days ago, I'm driving back from Calgary with a friend, and we're smoking a joint on the way. And after we're done the joint, I start getting this stomach ache. And at first it wasn't so bad. It just started out as like a little burning sensation, and it got worse. And just kept getting worse and worse. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I gotta pull over, man. I'm pulling over. All of a sudden, I see this puff of smoke come up from my jacket. I look down. A piece of the joint fell out. It burned through my shirt, and it was burning me in the stomach. So basically, I decided I'm going to stop smoking pot to see if it's the pot that's making me stupid or the Polish. I was working at a construction job earlier this year, and there was somebody here that, Julio, where are you at?
Right here.
Hey, yeah, so you work oil field, right? Do you guys get safety meetings every week?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we have safety meetings every week where I work too. And so at the end of every safety meeting once a week, the guy that would run the meetings would have a joke of the week for us to send us back in a good mood. So the guy forgot his joke the one day and asked if anybody knows a joke that they can tell. So I put my hand up, I'm like, yeah, I got a joke. I'm like, it's a little crude though. And they're like, oh, no problem. You know, it's mostly guys. We're working with welders and iron workers and pipe fitters and all that. So I'm like, okay. So I say my joke, and I'm like, what's the difference between crotchless panties and a welder's mask? I'm like, with the panties, at least you can see the cunt. I see most of you guys know welders or work with welders. My father-in-law's a welder, actually. He's been welding for about 20 years, and let me tell you, he's got some prickish tendencies. I think it's part of the job of being a welder, kind of like the same way as it is with being a cop. Christmas is just around the corner. Anybody excited for Christmas? Woo! Yeah, a lot of Christmas people. I honestly hate Christmas. One of the things I hate about Christmas is the holiday movies they play every year. They're brutal. But there is one movie that comes out every holiday season that I don't mind, and it's the Fire Log movie. See, all you guys are sure are fans. You see it on the lower channels, and all it is a fire in a fireplace. Have any of you guys seen the sequel? No, you guys haven't seen the sequel. The sequel came out in around Thanksgiving, and like most sequels, it doesn't even compare to the original. It's basically a piece of shit. And like most sequels, it doesn't have the things that made the original so good. Like you'd be watching that fire for an hour, all of a sudden that arm flies in from the side with the poker, and you get excited at that shit. If you watch it long enough, you even get to see that guy in his flannel shirt come in and put another log on the fire. It's awesome. The sequel didn't have any of that. All it was a cooked turkey in the middle of a set table, and that fireplace makes a cameo appearance way the hell in the background in the corner of the screen. It's brutal. Some of you have seen it, I know it. Oh, where was I heading with that? You guys threw me off at the last, actually. What they should have done for the sequel is bring a camera over to my place for Thanksgiving. To seeing me carve a turkey is definitely something to see. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm carving the thing, you got turkey bits flying all over the place, you got my wife yelling at me on this side that I'm doing it wrong, you got my welder father-in-law all pissed off because he usually carves the turkey. So right there you have your action, you have your violence, You have your course language, and depending how much I drink at dinner, you might even get some nudity. That's what the sequel's supposed to be. So I'm married. Any married people in the house?
Nope.
Are you serious? Not fucking one person's married in here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any dating people? Everybody's single in here. Well, honestly, I like being married. I don't really miss too many things about dating. The one thing I do miss about dating is, you know, when you're dating somebody for about 4 or 5 months, you start getting into like new sexual things because you get a little bored with the routine. I was with a girl before I got with my wife, and this chick was into like handcuffs and blindfolds and toys, like you name it, she was into everything. So one day, go to the little porn shop there, pick up a whole bag of stuff, ready to have myself an awesome night. I get to her house, I give her the bag, she looks in the bag and she's like, "You didn't bring the George Bush mask?" I'm like, "No, I told you." I'm like, "That makes me uncomfortable when you wear that." Imagine being strapped to a bed, handcuffed, and George Bush riding you with the nicest pair of tits. It's fucking weird. That's all I got for tonight. I'm Marvin Krawczyk.